Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Friday, y'all. On a lovely Friday afternoon here in the Bay. Today's topics: Bing SEO and Index Now. Today's sponsor, Ahrefs.com/AWT. Be sure to check it out. Don't be shy, guys. Say hi. Today's topics, we'll be talking about Bing SEO and Index Now by Fabrice Canel, Principal Program Manager at Bing. Zen, hello, what's up? I see a few of you coming in. Stefan, my man. Happy Friday. We'll be talking about Bing SEO. Index Now. Be sure to visit our sponsor, Ahrefs, at ahrefs.com/AWT. What's up, bestie? It's a lovely day here in the Bay, Oakland, California. How's the weather out in your area? Cold, hot, rainy? Dave from Bloomsburg. What's up, Dave? This is going to be an interesting one, guys. I don't do much Bing SEO, so I'm curious. I'm curious what we have to do to rank on Bing. Is it the same as Google? But there's something interesting that's also going on by Fabrice. It's called Index Now. A way to automatically index our pages in search engines. Can't wait to have Fabrice talk about things. Oh, Zen, yes you are. I see Fabrice in the green room. All right, hold on, let me make sure I can hear him. Fabrice, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, yep, looking good, sound good, love it.
Good, excellent.
I love the flowers, it brightens my day.
Yes.
All right, so Fabrice, what I do is I usually go into a few like videos in the very beginning, like and then about maybe 8-10 minutes after 12, I will like introduce you. And so right now, people are in the live chats. You can talk to them on YouTube if you want, if you have a YouTube login. But for now, you can sit back, relax, enjoy the tunes, and I will talk to you in a minute.
Okay.
All right. All right, everyone. I see a bunch of you coming in. Don't be shy. Say hi. Today's topics: Bing SEO and Index Now by Fabrice Canel. Today's sponsor is Ahrefs.com/AWT. Oh, I see a bunch of you from Vegas. It's warm in Vegas. Vegas is a gorgeous day. Welcome, everyone. Dave, what's up, my man? How's the day out in Bloomsburg? Stefan, what's up? Andrew Dillon, what's up? Victor McGrath, hello. Hey Lucy, what's up? It says hello, Fabrice and Dre. What's up, Lucy? Hoping you're having a great Friday. Oh, it's already happy hour where you're at, Dave? Oh man, what are you drinking today? You're drinking a beer, cocktail? Let me know. Maybe I'll have one after the show. All right, guys, we got less than 4 minutes to go before the show gets started. Just waiting for everyone to come in. Today we'll be talking about Bing SEO and Index Now. Today's sponsor, hrefs.com/AWT. Zen says, hi Fabrice. Don't be shy, everyone. Once you join, say hi and where you're from. I'll give you a shout out. Oh, and if you guys haven't have a copy of the SEO in 2022 book, if you're in the US, shoot me your email, shoot me your address, and I'll mail you a copy of this. For the first few people that will shoot me your address, and if you're in the US, I will send you a copy of the SEO in 2022 book. Fabrice is in the live chat, y'all. All right. Oh, local PA microbrews on deck. Love it, love it. So Fabrice, have you? What's your drink of choice?
Margarita.
Oh, margarita. Love it. I'm a bourbon, whiskey type of guy. Love it with a great rare steak. All right, guys, we got about less than 2 minutes to go. Today we'll be talking about Bing SEO and Index Now. Our sponsor today is hrefs.com/AWT. My guest is in the green room, waiting to get on. Excited to have him. We rarely talk about Bing on the show, so this is going to be just a full hour of Bing. Love it. All right, guys, I see a bunch of you guys out there. Don't be shy. Say hi in the live chat. All right, we got less than 1 minute to go. Let me get things ready here while the countdown continues. Today's topics will be Bing SEO, Index Now with Fabrice Canel. Today's sponsor, hrefs.com/AWT. And I will see you in a few seconds.
Yeah. Hey, time to get it started. No delay, let's work. Wanna see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre De Vera, steady dropping knowledge. Over 15 years in the game, so he knows all about it. Master the art of SEO, you will be amazed. Time to get your brand off page to on page. Dropping knowledge, legendary for sure. Whether you're just getting started or self-employed entrepreneur. Yeah, let's go. Subscribe to the SEO video show.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the SEO video show where SEO is alive and fun. My name is Paul Andre De Vera, aka Dre, and I curate SEO videos released in the past week into about 1-minute clips. My favorite part of the show is when I get to introduce my guest, and my guest this week is the principal program manager at Bing, Fabrice Canel. Before we get started, let's say what's up to everyone in chat. I see Dave, Fabrice, Zen, Charlene, so many much more. I see Stefan. What's up, everyone? Oh, before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And hey, don't forget to put I Love SEO. I'm going to send you this book. If you get it, just if you're in the US, I will send you this book. All right. Now let's get on with the show.
This is Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. Why do SEOs love the farmer's market? Lots of organic content.
All right, Google recently released a new Search Console URI inspection API. Garret over at iPullRank breaks it down for us. Let's check it out.
Google released the Search Console URL inspection API. Why is this important? Well, now you can actually ping the API to get a whole bunch of valuable data points, including, whether or not certain URLs are indexed, whether the canonical is being Google selected or user declared, whether or not rich snippets have been validated. Super useful for any sort of developer who builds plugins, does any sort of reporting, is building SaaS tools. And so there are some stipulations to pay attention to. So first off, 2,000 queries per day, 600 per minute. It is by property. So if you have a domain on a bunch of different properties in your account, then that kind of removes some restrictions there. At first, people didn't realize that that was the case, but there are limitations of capacity to hit up that API. Now,
I can't wait to see some more excellent tools created from this API. I heard Bing has some pretty good webmaster tools. More on that later. Okay, Laura Hogan on the Rank Ranger show tells us a little bit about finding target queries from for your audience using Google Ads. Let's check this one out.
We don't get a lot of data directly from Google anymore from the organic point of view. Some of us remember the days pre-not set in analytics and how sad it was when that appeared. But obviously with Google Ads, they do get a lot more of that keyword information and data. So we can utilize that from an SEO standpoint to know, okay, these terms convert really strongly on Google Ads. Where do we rank for them organically? If not strong enough, let's work on it and improve them. And if we do have a really strong ranking, then brilliant, we're all working cohesively. But also on the flip of that, if we have holes from our SEO strategy, and terms that we may not rank as well for at the moment, the Google Ads team can promote those through the ads so that the business is getting the best of both worlds and actually hitting all of their products or services and through the two channels. So it's just an awful lot of information. There's the additional demographics information that we can take from Google Ads as well that we might not see organically all the time. That's going to help with our content and our tone of voice of content as well. So mainly keywords is the top information for using from Google Ads and converting products that are converting from Google Ads. But yeah, it's just allowing us to take additional data to really inform the SEO strategy.
My entire career as an SEO, I've always led our SCM programs until recently. I mean, SEO and SCM synergy is the key to a successful search marketing program. Okay, what's SEO without content? Himani Kakarla shares the fundamental steps of building a content strategy on Crawling Mondays. Let's check it out.
I would say that first of all, one needs to define the ICPs, either customer profiles or buyers persona, whatever they say, right? So at least there has to be a list of buyers persona ready, so that what happens is whenever you document your strategy, you can link back to them. When there are team discussions, one can revisit to it and they can understand, okay, why this content is being created, what is the purpose of creating it, what are we going to get it, what the audience is going to get it, right? All of these things can be well understood. So that could be one thing, that, defining ICPs. Then there is also one thing, that intent, right? Our intent, the brand's intent, and the audience intent as well. Another thing I would say is very much important is the what part of the content, that what it is going to have. If it is infographics, what all data it would have. If it is a blog, what all things it should include. And the type of content also needs to be added in the strategy portion. To achieving these particular goals, we would need to create these types of contents, and then you can define the topics according to the format that we want to create. And obviously there are some marketing messaging that needs to be aligned as well. Like I said, that we miss out on adding what we want to promote in a type of content or a content, right? So that, and obviously the KPIs.
I'm a big fan of creating buyer personas. It's the first thing I ask for when I pick up a new client. Okay, Steve Toth shares an excellent tip on how to download auto-suggest keywords on SEO Notebook channel. Let's check this one out.
We have now the keyword how to sing up on the screen. You can see here that Google starts to predict how to sing better, how to sing high notes, how to sing from the diaphragm, etc. This is great. This gives us a bunch of interesting keywords right off the bat. But what I want to show you is how I will get even more out of this, right? So I can literally just go through the alphabet, right? So I know that A produces how to sing and play guitar, how to sing the song, how to sing a cappella. B produces how to sing better, how to sing beautifully, how to sing beginner. C produces how to sing clearly, how to sing country, how to sing correctly. This is pretty cool. You just keep on going down the alphabet, right? And you're going to get all of these interesting auto suggests based on what that next letter is going to be. So now that I've got the letter G, for example, let's just use this one. I'm going to take a screenshot using my Mac, and using Windows you can just use the screenshot tool, and I'm just going to take that screenshot. Now I'm going to go over to this tool called Screenshot OCR, and I'm going to just paste my screenshot into here. Okay, so now I just click that, and then now I can see my screenshot is there. I'm going to change this to text at the bottom, and I'm going to say process whole image, and now it just takes those that image and makes that all into words, or to actual text.
One site I use for something similar is Answer the Public. I'm not sure if the exact auto-suggest keywords that Google gives you, if done manually, is the same, but that's what I use. This brings me to my favorite part of the show. Enough about Google. Before I introduce my guest, here's a quick word from our sponsor. Are you sick of your competitors outranking you in the search results? Your solution is Ahrefs Webmaster Tools, and it's free $99. This isn't one of your 14-day free trial offers. Instead, it's a super powerful tool that'll do a full website audit for you and keep working for you for free. It'll scan your site and prioritize precisely what you need to fix and improve for your search results. Visit ahrefs.com webmaster-tools for this free tool. Find the link below, and by checking our sponsors, you support this show. Now let's introduce our guest.
Fabrice is a 20-year search veteran at Microsoft. He was a lead program manager for search across Microsoft sites, covering all aspects of an investigation from search engine technology to search user experience. In 2006, he joined the MSN Search Beta Project and drove Bing platform's evolution to ensure that Bing's index was fresh and comprehensive. He is responsible for the protocols and standards for sitemaps.org and AMP on Bing. Please welcome Bing's principal manager, Fabrice Canel.
Fabrice, my man. Hold on, something happened here. Let me make sure I pull you up right here. All right. Welcome to the show, Fabrice.
Amazing introduction. That's amazing. Great job.
All right, all right. I want to get right into it. This is the first question I ask all of my professionals that come on the show. In 1 minute, how does Fabrice get on page one?
Okay, you have really to think about the topic you select, because be on page one for Facebook, good luck with that. So you have really then to build a website where you care about your customer, not search engine. You need to develop an audience. The search engine is just a way to get to this content. Third is you really look at using what Bing Webmaster guidelines that is telling you what to do to get your sites indexed and to help Bing to understand your pages, to understand also how Bing rank the content, to position top results at top position. And then you look at what you should not abuse and things to avoid, because sometimes you can be in top position, but next day you may not be because you are abusing the system. And then you leverage Bing Webmaster tool and other tools to inspect your URL and to see what's wrong. So that's it. In 1 minute, if you pick a right topic and follow the steps, you can be in top position.
Love it, love it. That was awesome. I'm going to talk more about Bing Webmaster tools, but before that, let's rewind this real quick. All right, Fabrice, you got to take us back, way back into time, back over 20 years ago. Tell us first, how did you first get into SEO?
So I am in the search industry for more than 20 years, dealing with indexing of content across Microsoft Web Properties and then MSN and the whole internet. And this is the opposite angle of SEO, meaning that people are complaining why my website is not indexed at Bing, why my website is not at top position. So I developed this knowledge about understanding obviously all the pieces of the crawler, and from the crawler to the processing pipeline, understanding why things were missing and guiding customer to solution to get the content index in search engine.
Love it. Okay, so before you even went to Microsoft, were you like doing this for clients already? Were you just doing it for your own websites? I mean, like, how'd you even like learn it? Like learn SEO?
So I started really in the early days of the internet. I'm really an old guy, and really started in the very early days where connecting a database to a website was magical. And finding stuff online was really, really in the early days of the internet. So yeah, this is very early. I jump in, and this is fascinating. All web stuff is fascinating. This is super interesting.
Love it. Okay, we got a comment out there that says from Vicky Zhang, way to go, Fabrice. All right. I want to say, okay, so when you did that, was there anyone that you were following at a time? Like, what was your, like, were you going to like any websites, forums? Like, I mean, who around that time, like, who were the people that you can like look up to or even learn things from?
Yeah, so this is a year where there was very little search engine. There was no Google, there was no Bing. This was the time of Linkos, InfoSeek, web crawlers, and all things. And so they were trying to help people to get their website indexed. And so you were looking at help pages. Again, this was the early days, but they were having some guidelines about how to get indexed. So you learn from that. And obviously this has developed. And now we do better at communicating to webmasters how to get their content indexed.
Love it. Okay. So take us to your journey now that you've been at Microsoft, the company, for over 20 years. And in there, you've been the principal program manager, like working on a lot of projects. I want to like tell us a story. Like, what's the story behind the Bing Webmaster tools? Is this something that you do, or like the crawlability within Bing?
Yeah, I oversee Bing Webmaster tool. So Bing Webmaster tool, this is what? This is a free solution that allow you to get more user for your site. So wait, free, get more user, you should use that. And this is similar to other solution out there, such as Google Search Console and other solution on the market. Obviously, we support key features as URL inspection to allow you to get the state of URL. We offer a lot of transparency on why URL are not indexed. So this is clearly helping webmasters to understand why the URL are not indexed at Bing. But also this is helping you to understand what's happening obviously in other search engine. If your website having a crawling issue, obviously this will be something that is valuable information that you can collect through Webmaster tool. Obviously, search performance, where we tell you how many clicks, impression, keyword, and transferring user to your sites. But this is also that we support specific features that are not in other website, such as ability to have really a deep dive in your website via Site Explorer. So Site Explorer is a unique view on all your website, something that you cannot find elsewhere. This is we are scaling, and you can scroll and visit any website in milliseconds, as big as Facebook, as big as eBay, and so on, and understand each and every folder. This is the view of Bing of your website. Very, very useful. A lot of users are using Site Explorer because they cannot find it elsewhere, helping you to drill down into your redirects, your content that is robo-disalo, and so on. You're really useful for the SEO community. We offer backlinks, not only for your site, but again, for free, we offer backlinks for any sites. So you can go and see who is linking to your sites and who is linking to your double quote competitor sites. Really useful to understand what they are doing, sometimes to get additional links, helping them to rank better. Keyword research, again, other solutions are doing this, but we do something unique, meaning that we offer ability to filter by languages, by country, by devices. This is unique in the industry, so please have a look. SiteScan, this is the fourth solution that I suggest, that is again not there elsewhere. They say sometimes you are refreshing a site, you are changing the content of a site. Do a site scan to see how immediately search engine will understand your content. This is providing SEO report, SEO issues, so you can fix the sites and continue iterating until the site is perfect. Don't wait for search engine to look at your sites. Do site scan to understand right away the sites. And then this is also Microsoft Clarity, that is a free offering also from Microsoft, that is offer you the ability to really understand your website user behavior, who is visiting the site, what they are doing on the site, heat maps, and so on, to really deeply understand the site. So to recap, Search Engine Bing Webmaster tool is not only a free offering that supports what people are expecting from a solution, but this is also a unique solution, Site Explorer, backlinks, keyword research, site scan, and Clarity that is really providing additional value versus other solutions out there.
Wow, that was a bunch of Nulla bombs over there. And I'm curious, so if you guys have any questions on Bing Webmaster Tools, please ask them in the live chat, because, I mean, this is we have a dedicated resource here right in front of us, and he will answer your questions live. But okay, so with Bing Webmaster Tools, is there something, I mean, I actually have my own personal question, because I was using it the other day. And so I was trying to get a site removed. You know, like I put a page removal, but Bing says like, oh, we determined this page is too important to remove from our index. So, I mean, how can I remove it if it's important, if Bing says it's important?
Yeah, did you know that LinkedIn was removed from Google because some people do mistakes? So this is cases where we want to protect the webmasters from coffee on the keyboard and stupid clicks. Sometimes you do mistakes. And so if we believe from the traffic on a website that a page has too much importance, maybe from you or from Bing, we believe that we protect you and providing feedback to tell you maybe you should open a support request to remove this content. Else, if it says a useless page that has no value, yes, you can click, and then the content is immediately removed.
Love it. Love it. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay. So I want, just recently, you know, I follow you on LinkedIn, and then you actually just talked about like something that new that just came out this past week, which was something called, I believe, Bing News Pub Hub. I mean, I know this is probably pretty new for everyone here from my audience. So can you tell us a little bit more about this Bing News Pub Hub?
So there is a lot of sites out there, including news sites. And sometimes you are at the borderline of you are not CNN.com, you are a small news site, and we may not be aware of a site. So this is borderline of your classification about is it a good site or not a good site. So what is Bing News pop-up?
Yeah.
This is to really help Microsoft at the end, engaging with you, to help you reaching millions of people, not only through Bing, but also through Windows and all the delivery, MSN, and all the various delivery channels that we have for news across Microsoft. So this is helping us to profile you in terms of first having a contact information. Second is that you can provide additional information such as, oh, I am a sports site, I am a social site, I am something, and providing additional information. And this is also enabling Bing to have enabling richer experiences, richer user experiences in your product, because the default on the internet in terms of copyright limit usage of image and text. And here we can engage with you to really engage and define what will be the acceptable experience for across Bing and across Microsoft product. So at the end, it's improving first visibility to be in news solution at Microsoft. Second is that this is helping you to be more visible within the solution. So good things to do. If you are a new site, please go, check the checkbox, fill the form. It's easier for us and for you than to be visible across a Microsoft News solution.
Love it, guys. If you want more traffic, you better sure to check out that new feature on Bing. Okay, we actually have a question here from Jewel. She goes, do you still use Google?
Did I use Google?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I use Google. Obviously, they says we use all kind of solution out there to really understand the needs of a customer. At the end, my passion is to satisfy customer, to help customer to find stuff online, to find relevant content. So if there is Google finding more relevant content, that's great. But I just want to do as good as Google, if not better than Google. I want to help people to find stuff online. That's my passion, and I'm here to help to have Bing more relevant, to help Bing. Trying to do its best and being more relevant each and every day to retrieve relevant content and to satisfy Bing customer. As a webmaster, care about your customer. At Bing, I care deeply about my Bing customer to help them finding things online.
Love it. Okay, I want to go into more of like Bing SEO. We get this questions all the time. Like, is it the same as Google? Coming from someone that the program manager here at Bing, what can you tell webmasters out there, like the top things that they should pay attention to when you want to get your site ranking on Bing?
Yeah, again, to repeat, but it's completely key. Care about your customer. Don't care about search engine as much. Care about your customer, satisfy your customer on your sites. They will come back. They will link to your sites. They will love your site. They will speak about your site. They will develop this audience. They will speak to their friends and develop links and things like this. So deeply care about your sites. Then obviously have this marketing angle of, yes, I need to have traffic from Webmaster. So Webmaster guidelines, good place to start. We spend time. And we, Google and others are doing the same. We spend time every few other years to really define the guidelines. This is not something that is changing each and every week. This is we define the guidelines. And if webmasters are following the guidelines, yes, then they have a chance to be ranked in top position in search engine. Then we offer also some unique solutions, such as Index Now, to get the content fast. And I truly believe this is very important these days to be first index, because first index gets the clicks, get the visibility. And then this is the snowball, you get even more traffic. So we offer, as I explained, some tools, but also some API solutions that are unique, or we will see with Index Now that we are extending to the whole internet, offering solution across search engine. And you ask also what are the difference in terms of ranking between Bing and Google. So if you compare Bing Webmaster guideline and Google search guideline, you will see striking similarity. okay, you need to have a sitemaps. You need to have your content crawled. You need to have a good title. This is all basic things. This is think that as accessibility, think that as makes sense, because it's not only for search engine, this is also for your customer. This is also when you print a page. This is all these things matter. So there is a set of things that are really the same. But again, and next know, our use of HTML5 that is really helping your machine learning stack is really something that you may not see in Google search guidelines, but so we have additional solution that may help Bing this day.
Love it, love it. Okay, I want to bring this in and ask this from you, because I mean, I've heard, like, you know, watching like other channels, that, you know, if you want to get ranking on Bing, you should possibly look into Dublin core metadata. Dublin core metadata, like I guess it's another type of metadata that you can implement on your pages. I mean, is this something that Bing pays attention to?
So we pay attention to all metadata on the page, all common metadata. Fundamentally, this is an excellent question. Think that these days, search engines are mostly machine learning based. This is not about basic heuristic things where we care about H1 tags and things like that. We care about everything on the page, but think machine learning too. What is machine learning? Machine learning is all about defining guidelines, defining a set of things that is expected in terms of quality, and having the solution trying to optimize for this kind of golden set. So the most basic things you do, the most common things you do, the more you are aligned with this machine learning solution that is out there for in all search engine. If you do something that is non-common, then you are at risk, then the search engine may not understand the solution what you have implemented in your pages. So if you use common markups, that this is JSON LD or other common other markup, more chance you have to be understood by search engine, because search engine will have seen this markup across so many pages that they will think that is relevant and will use that to rank the content. Again, guidelines, follow, do something that is really standard. If you do something that is hacky, you have a chance to first break on some browser and devices. Second is that search engine may at risk of not annexing you. So SEO is also, at the end, guidelines. Guideline mean do basic things. Don't try to optimize too much. Don't try to do crazy things with JavaScript and so on. Basic things works fine.
Love it, love it. Okay, we see Hobby came in here, and I wanted to share this because Hobby sent this over before the show, and he put this. He did a little graphic of our show graphic here, and I wanted to ask you, like, does that look like silhouette? Look like you there? Can you tell that's you?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, Hobby. Thank you for sending that over. Okay, we got a question here from Brian. Brian asks, Fabrice, as you know, we all optimize our pages for Big G. So then we had to optimize other pages for Bing for good rankings similar to Google. So now, are you saying that we can rank on Bing similar to Google?
You know, I do that. If you focus on your customer, if you focus on good quality sites, then this is kind of the opposite problem. This is the role of Bing to retrieve this content. And if we don't do this, then, okay, you can send us a support request. We can review with you what is happening. So don't try to optimize for search engine. Optimize for your customer first, again and again. This is key. And then, obviously, follow the guidelines of search engine. And then you will be ranked, assuming, again, you are on a topic that is really specific with an audience that deeply care about your content. Again, Facebook example, writing content for Facebook and be at top position for Facebook, this won't happen. But if you have unique content, develop a good audience with your content, then you have a chance to be ranked in top position.
Love it. So you mentioned that we can reach out to someone out in Bing if we have some actual questions about our rankings. You guys have a dedicated team that will respond to our questions?
Yeah, no, so there is a support form where first the solution is first to use Bing Webmaster tool.
Yeah.
So the solution is you do URL inspection, you review what is happening. Are we able to crawl your pages? Yes, no, good question to answer. And so first you have a layer of solution for you where we will not reply 24/7. Bing Webmaster tool is available 24/7. So use that to really look at the problems and retry, change the content. This is not only a tool that is inspecting the content in Bing. This is also, there is a live mode where you can click and review your pages and call again to verify that what you have done is fixing the problem. So when the problem is fixed and then the content is indexed, yes, there is a support form that you can use to escalate potentially issues where you believe that some of the content should be at top position. And we are pleased to review this request.
Love it. Dropping all these knowledge bombs, Fabrice. Okay, so now let's get into the topic of the day, which is Index Now. This is your bread and butter. This is your baby. This is what you love doing, crawling, indexing. I want to go. Can you take us about take us about the history of Index Now? Like, when did it first start? Tell us, what are some important things about it, and the future of Index Now.
Absolutely. So Index Now is an industry game changer, really. Index Now, what is it? It's to get your content instantly indexed in search engine, not only Bing, but other search engine. So Index Now is an easy way for website owners as you to instantly inform search engine about latest content change on your website. So this is, in simple form, this is a simple ping mechanism where you tell us if an URL has been added, updated, or deleted. And then search engine can quickly reflect this change in search engine. Let me take an example. You will post your show next week. When you will post it, I've got no clue. You have a clue, but you may be delayed, you may have an issue, and then you will post your show. And then what is happening in search engine? Nothing. At least for the next seconds, maybe the next minutes, maybe the next hour. Why? Because search engine may not be aware of this content change on the internet. And so what is Index Now is this easy way to ping the search engine to tell the search engine, hey, I posted something. Please care about me. Come to visit the page. And then this will help the search engine to immediately index the page. And then you go to Bing, you go to Google, and you see, oh my God, I did a typo in the subject. This is not Fabrice Canel, this is Fabrice Canel, I did a typo. I need to fix that. And then you will go to fix the page. And then you wait again for search engine to pick up your content. So Index Now is fundamentally about you taking control of the content indexed in search engine. You telling us what's indexed in search engine, you telling us that something has changed, and we will go to visit this URL to maybe take this change into account or not. We do our own decision, but at least we will be aware of a change. Fundamentally, this is to transform the model from us crawling and crawling and crawling and crawling the internet to see if something has changed to you, simple notification to tell us that something has changed on the internet.
Love it, love it. So I actually found this graphic online. So this kind of illustrate exactly what you're talking about here, where you have your website and then you send it in to like an API, then it goes back to Bing, the index. Is this something that is still current with Index Now?
Absolutely. So what you see in this graph is first there is an API that you as a developer can call to notify search engine that this is Bing index, and more are coming. Google is currently testing it. There is other solutions that are coming that will be announced in a question of later this month. You will be additional search engine in this list. So you notify once a search engine, and then there is this ping back system behind the scene to notify other search engine that something has been added, updated, or deleted on your site. This is open. This is an open protocol. For years, search engine had various solutions to notify, to have webmasters notifying each search engine about content change. there was initially Ping. You can submit URL to Google. You can submit URL to Bing. And what we did is the industry kind of step back, think a little bit, and come up with this unified approach, open approach, to have the website telling us what changed on the internet. Clearly better for the whole industry to help us discovering what changed, because then we can quickly reflect the change in search engine. And open, you will see again new search engine coming in. And this is, we are, I don't say driving, we were helping other search engine to rely on this idea of having this notification mechanism, because we didn't have a notification mechanism, or it was sitemaps, but sitemaps is kind of once a day process. Here we need this ability to get the latest content quickly indexed, not only to reflect your change quickly, but also to minimize the crawl load on your website. And I can explain also that the solution is many top sites have already adopted it. So we get benefit from eBay, LinkedIn. I can cite them, but we will do testimonial over the following weeks to disclose that far more are adopted the solution. But also this is for you to adopt. And we make it super easy for you to adopt. So Duda content management system, it's already implemented in. So if you use Duda, you are already publishing to index now. WordPress, 40% of the internet. Good news, we have plugins for WordPress.
Ooh.
So we have an index now plugin. You just need to enable this plugin. Bingo, these URLs are coming to Bing and Yandex and other search engine coming. Rank Math, SEO Press, all-in-one SEO are supporting index now. Great story. So more WordPress plugins are coming, and maybe someday we will have this as part of WordPress core, mean that everybody in WordPress will submit URLs to search engine. There is also Cloudflare. Cloudflare is 20% of the internet, so big volume of data. And in Cloudflare console, you can enable the ability to notify index now. And we see huge volume of data coming also from Cloudflare. So at the end is really the goal is to have 50% or more of the internet pushing this data within 1 year or so. So big change for the whole industry to have them telling us what changed on the internet.
Love it. Wow, that's a big initiative that's going on there. I mean, we got some question here because I know you were talking about like other search engines. I mean, Fletcher asked, is Google part of Index now?
Yeah, Google has announced you can search online and at Bing, you can do Google Index Now, and you will see that there is articles about Google that is testing Index Now or looking at it. And so I cannot speak on behalf of Google, but we should expect some announcement from Google over the following, let's say, weeks on the Index Now thing.
Love it. And then you said there's other search engines. I mean, is there already some search engines that you know that are also getting there? Like, I mean, I know there's Naver out in Korea. There's maybe Yahoo is used a lot in Japan. I mean, what other search engines you are gonna be in there that you can actually kind of maybe give us
I cannot speak. No, this is not really for me to announce it, but I can assure you that there is really we will more likely announce one in a week to 15 days. This is coming, and so more are coming after that. Yes, this is coming. This is something that takes time to really look at the data, to understand the data, to see what is good, what is not good. But yeah, there is search engine definitively that are looking at this, and again, things will be announced pretty soon.
Excellent!
All right, we got one question here from Hobby, and you guys be sure to ask your questions before I ask my last questions. But be sure to ask your questions in the live chat. We have one here from Hobby. He asked, "How Bing aggregating stars data for movie review? Like, is this from schema only?"
No, it can be for a lot of things. This means that again, if you do common things, then this will be we look at the page, and more likely we will take that into account. So schema, great story to put star on your pages. If this is something that is, again, think machine learning, think what I said. If this is something that is non-standard, maybe our machine learning, we say, okay, what this is maybe something else, it's not star. If this is common things, then in SEO, this is all about common things. If you do a star, it needs to be schema like a star. Do that, then you benefit from it. If you do H1, should be an H1. It should not be H10. It should be H1. H1, you will understand what search engine will understand H1. So common things, guidelines help you to have search engine understand the thing.
Love it. Okay, we got a question here from Dave Galinguez. He asks, double checking, if we use Cloud4 as a CDN, we are already in index now, or do we need to do something more?
Yeah, you need to do the model is an opt-in model, meaning that you need to go to the Cloudflare IndexNow console, to the Cloudflare console, and then enable call int, and call int will give the data to IndexNow. So just what you do is you Cloudflare IndexNow in Bing, and you will find the link to the blog post, or you can do Google too if you like, but you will find the link to the blog post and the link to how to do this. This will take you 5 minutes, if not 2 minutes. So clearly as an action item for all the audience, if you're on WordPress and 40% of the sites are on WordPress, please install the plugin. It's free. What are you waiting for? So just go to, again, Bing, Google, just query WordPress IndexNow plugin. You will see a bunch of plugins, including the one that we did from Bing, and then you can install it, and you are done. This is an easy step to get your content immediately, your changes immediately reflected in search engine.
Love it. Thank you for that. Dropping all these knowledge bombs. Okay, I actually got one question about this whole Index Now initiative too, because I know that like within the SEO space, a lot of people like I'd say spammers love getting like a lot of their pages indexed so they can get ranking, right? So I mean, how is Index Now gonna like combat like spammers for getting like a lot of their pages indexed?
So good. And yes, we see spam. We see spam everywhere.
Okay.
We see spam from sitemaps, we see spam from links, we see spam from RSS feed. Spammer is all about reading the guidelines and follow the guidelines to get your content indexed. But it's spam, so we don't like them so much. So, but at the end, it's business as usual. This is, if they don't do index now, they will do something else no matter what. So at the end is publishing to index now, as publishing to sitemaps, as publishing elsewhere, does not guarantee that your content will be indexed, period. This is, we do our own decision about which content we should index or not. And if you don't follow the rules, sorry, you don't follow the rules. Use URL inspection we are telling you if you don't follow the rules or not. So you can immediately be guided and read the guidelines again at the bottom, things to avoid. Read it. Clearly, we see people coming telling the same story. No, if you don't do these things, so please read it, and then obviously you will be indexed. If you have a good quality site, we love you. We love redirecting customer. This is all about satisfying your customer. So if we redirect to good quality sites, this is my passion. Love it.
Love it. Love it. Thank you, Fabrice. Okay, guys, be sure to ask your question now because I'm going to ask my last question that I usually ask all my professionals here. So I wanted to ask you, Fabrice, I asked this for all my SEO professionals that come on here. If someone wanted to get into the SEO game, the search industry, what would your advice be for someone to get into becoming an SEO professional?
Yes, so I call that really dog food. Become an expert. Test yourself. Iterate. This is so easy. This is free to create a website this day. So you create a website and you really iterate over the weekend. And you try to get index, you try to get rank, you develop expertise in the SEO. So you iterate fast. This is not, I don't say this is not rocket science, obviously, to be indexed in search engine, because search engines are there to index good quality sites. So then you iterate, you play, you change things, and you see what works and what does not work. There is a lot of documentation online. You do fabulous video recording on what to do. So read video, view video, read books. Be informed. And then you will have this opportunity to become an SEO professional because you will know, you will have tested things. This is not only about reading books, this is also about testing, verifying what's in the book is right or not. And so this is so easy to create a website, so easy to test things, so easy to play with NXNow and so on. Please do that. Easy. Develop competency, develop knowledge. Yeah.
Love it, love it. Thank you very much for sharing that. And I want to thank you again for being part of the show. All right. Right before, can you hold on for one quick second before I let you go? All right. All right, guys. That concludes another episode of the SEO Video Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to visit our sponsor, hrefs.com/AWT. And I will make sure I'll see you next week. Peace out.
This is Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. Why do SEOs love?
Thank you for watching. Hope you come back next week. Make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss a thing. Hope you learn something new, because the vibe is incredible. From the special SEO professionals, SEO video show. Let's work. Want to see you be an SEO expert. Paul-Andre De Vera helping you step it up. No delay right now. Time to level up. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Woo!